Good morning. So it is 5 something in the morning, and today I just thought I would do a get ready with me type of thing and try to talk about things. So this is the quietest time in my house because everyone is asleep. So I'm just going to get ready for work. Well, not work because I'm not getting paid for clinical. I am over 400 hours. Actually, I'm probably pretty close to 500 hours at this point. So I'm really rounding up everything here. And it's very exciting. I often feel like moments of euphoria where I'm like, oh my god, I might actually graduate at the end of next month. Things are getting close, and it's just like, I'm actually gonna be doing HMP. Not that it's unbelievable, but it's just been a very long journey, as anyone who is a nurse practitioner can attest, and some are longer than others. So I'm just really excited. You know, it's not like a constant thing, but I'm just really having those moments, which is nice because those are hard to come by. I also, still have like moments of struggle, I guess you could say. I mean, I don't know if struggle is quite the word, but I'm going to be looking things up, and I don't know the answer to everything, so I think it's just important to have like some degree of acceptance. Of course, there are certain things I'm feeling a lot better about, like vaginitis, and that's probably because I've just had a lot of encounters to deal with that. So obviously it makes sense that the more experience you have with, a diagnosis, a condition, or whatever, the more you're gonna feel good about it. I guess like my biggest thing right now would be like antibiotics. I always struggle with, if they're allergic to this, what can they have? So I'm going to try to see if there's an app or get some recommendations from my peers or my preceptor. Another thing that I feel like I want to know more of, and I just don't have those like pop-off answers to, is like medications in pregnancy. I mean, I'm pretty good at what is safe, like over-the-counter stuff, generally. And then prescriptions, I mean, some things are automatically or not, but there are so many medications, so I will probably be looking stuff up for a while. So I hope that's not a hindrance to my future employers and my future patients. I want to be thorough, and I know that everything is a growth process until there's a certain level of comfort, and you will never stop learning because things are always constantly changing. So I think just having some acceptance towards that and adaptation on how transforming and living the NP life is going to be. So I'm really excited that I'm getting towards the tail end and I can knock a lot of things off my list. I am in a comps prep course right now, and ideally I wish I wasn't taking it while I was in clinical. That way I could really focus and study more, but it is what it is, and if I want to graduate in 2019, that is how it is going to be. So next week, my clinical faculty member is going to come and do my site visit. It's the one and only, unless something goes wrong. But I really don't foresee that. And then in a couple weeks, I have my presentation, which I need to get a PowerPoint made and a speech made and some articles to support the choices that we made for a patient that we saw. So that's really exciting, but more so like time consuming. And then of course Thanksgiving will happen, and it's just that kind of crazy time of year. So I've got 3 tests, a presentation case study project, a site visit, and less than 200 hours to go. I will probably just barely finish in 2019, but I will take it and be happy. I have also applied for my Ohio State nursing license, since I'm hoping to maybe find a job opportunity there. And I finally got my fingerprints, but I haven't sent them off. But I will say that the Jefferson City Police Department were super, 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 super nice. I didn't call, I just went in. They said they couldn't do them that day, they didn't have anyone there. And they told me that they do have like a specific days and times that they do them. And I returned on those times, and the person, I guess, was taking a little while to get up to me, and like, I don't know if he was like, I got the feeling the guy who ended up doing it was like, probably like a higher position. He was super, super nice and friendly and chatty, and I just really appreciate it. So I highly recommend Jefferson City, Tennessee Police Department to get your prints. He did mention that some location, it was Dandridge or Where, actually had the electronic one, which is like, man, I wish I knew that. And maybe you could like advertise this on like the website, because I might have driven a little further to have done that, especially if there was a convenient time. Not that the cards are bad, but I feel like it would have just been faster, and maybe I don't have to worry about, I don't know how that works, like all the stuff. Like, I've got to make sure I've got all my stuff filled out right, and like send in some checks, and it is a little nerve-wracking because you always think, well, what if I get lost in the mail? Who knows? So I don't know if I have to do this again for my nurse practitioner license. If anyone wants to comment, I would love to not have to do it again, but probably will have to, because when you were an RN, your record was clean, but now it's several years later, so who knows? My record is clean, of course. So that's a process I'll probably be repeating, and that will be after boards, I'm sure. So I have applied for a job, but I'm gonna say I didn't use a cover letter, and I haven't heard anything back, and it's been a while. And of course, it was just like a random fluke of a thing, because it's not like they were hiring new grads, so who knows what will happen. However, the same kind of practice has posted another job, and a peer has recommended a CV writer, like a resume writer, basically. And I really think I need to do that. Now, I don't want to spend the money, but honestly, I don't have the time, I don't have the effort, and there's nothing super special about mine. It's the same one I've had since probably before I started school. So I think it's worth the investment. The website she referred me to, it's like $140, probably plus tax, I don't know. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet. Not that I have really that money lying around, especially after my husband wrecked his car, and do it, because there will absolutely be no regret if I get a job because of it. And that's super important, especially for my family. I don't want to be like these stories like you see, and of course you don't know the circumstances. You're like, oh, I graduated a year ago and I don't have a job. Yeah, I did choose a select specialty, and that obviously reduces my opportunities for employment, but that is what I want to do. If I wanted to do peens and men and whatnot, or more complicated sex things, then I would have chosen FNP or a different specialty, but I honestly don't have a lot of interest in that. I also feel like I will better serve the population I've chosen because I have specialized in that, and I have devoted all my 675 hours to it. So I'm excited for that, and no offense to anyone else, like the FNPs that work in my industry. I'm just not gonna discuss that, because I have no experience. So if I don't know, I'm not gonna discuss it. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm sure this video is super long and super uninteresting, since I am trying to get ready for clinical. I've already ate my breakfast, taken my pills, trying to be awake. I've already started dinner. I put some meatballs and some sauce in the slow cooker just for like some meatball sliders or something. So if you have a family, or if you are single, hold on, don't give up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Even if there's a setback or you have lots of personal things going on, don't let it become defeated. Process it, deal with it, accept it, make a plan, and keep on trucking along, because if you are like me, you have made it so far. And truly, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And those little bursts of, oh my God, it is November. I've got to get through December, and hopefully in January, maybe I will take boards, and I will be Lee, WHMP. Like, comment, share. Love y'all. Happy November.